the freedom of doing research, answering the questions that could translate easily. With no constraints to say, industry offers some constraints. And the last and the best part being around students, the brightest brain who would make our future.
To have you.
Thank you. Good morning. A pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And hello, everyone. Could you all introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Tyler Duran. I'm a undergraduate. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, my name is Rania Bakri. I'm a senior, but I will be pursuing my +1 this fall.
Hello, my name is Gautam Moon and I am a PhD graduate student.
Hi, my name is Vaishakhi and I am here an excellence visiting scholar.
It's nice to meet you all. So first, I'll talk to Dr. Singh, the person who brought you all here. Just to start off, tell me, what's the name of your lab? What happens in there?
Sure, Sarah. The name of our lab is Neural Injury Biomechanics Lab.
In the lab, what goes on inside?
So to answer this question, we have a UPGORE pitch. This is a pitch that is written for layman, so the terms in there won't be scientific and easy to follow. So here we go. The woman's scream in the OR shook the walls while the baby's head slowly pushed out. Head, ears, nose, mouth, neck, and then it went all wrong. The second shoulder never came out, yet the neck continued to turn. This is not what doctors deal with every day when a baby comes out. But this does happen about 1 in 1,000 and is something no one can see coming. One bad turn of baby's head can change the life of family. But the right push can get the baby to come out just like we want to see. So how can we help? Well, this is what we do. We make some computer games for the doctors to help them see which turns and pushes are bad for the baby and the mother too. While we do not want the baby hurt, what if it happens? Can we do something even when it's not all in our hands? So we try to study the animal baby's nerve when they are hurt like human ones. If all goes as planned, then we'll have a new chart that will tell us how hurt the baby is. We can then plan a play date with the doctors or get the baby back in the OR with the care that it needs. It is all about knowing what happens and how we can fix it. So together here, our plan is to have more happy and moving babies.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So I think it's called Neonatal Brachial Plexus Injury that you're looking at. Did I say that right?
You said it right.
Okay, cool. So I guess, why did you choose this career path, like this sort of research?
This is a very interesting question, Sarah. So my journey into this area of research starts with my visit to Wayne State University. I was an invited speaker, and my PhD work was in spinal nerve roots in the lumbar region, which is the lower back region. I was asked by many clinicians and neuroscientists if I could do similar studies in the neck around the brachial plexus. So the technical details were quite similar. Our approaches were going to be quite similar, but the area of interest was going to be new. Now, 12 years down the lane, I got pregnant with preemies, and my preemies were born to a very complicated birthing scenarios. So I just had a flashback moment of what I was asked to do to protect newborns during complicated birthing injuries. So there is a mix of emotion and a mix of how I contribute to the science here, and that's how I ended up in this area of research.
Wow, that's really interesting. You have such a personal connection to it as well.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, I see you have a baby model with you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to show me with that?
Absolutely, Sarah. So when I talk of complicated birthing injuries, people often think, so what's going wrong? It's hard for them to envision because most of them really have a good, happy, healthy baby during normal delivery. So when a baby's shoulder is bigger than mom's pelvis, which does happen often, especially with the rise in maternal obesity, the shoulder is tucked behind the pelvis. And now the maternal pushes, like mommy's pushes, that happens, it's an involuntary process. It keeps trying the baby to come out, and the baby is just being rotated in an uncontrolled fashion. So a stuck shoulder and a rotating neck with not having the ability to come out of mom's pelvis is a bad scenario because it overstretches the tissue of her interest, which is called brachial plexus. And that overstretching leads to injury or palsy, as we refer to here.
Right. Okay. Well, being able to see that definitely helps
Yep.
everyone understand. Let's pivot to some of the students involved in this lab. Raina, you're a 4+1 student and you're about to be entering your master's year, right? So tell me a little bit about the 4+1 program and your academic journey.
Yeah, so the 4+1 program is an accelerated degree program where you can get your bachelor's and master's in a specific major in 5 years. So depending on when you declare your +1, you can take 3 or 4 classes that are cross-listed, so they fulfill both your undergraduate and graduate requirements. And for me, I will be pursuing the thesis track. There are 3 different tracks that you can choose from. One is the coursework track, so you're taking 30 credits worth of classes. The second track is the project track. So you take like a research credit or a course that takes off 3 credits from your coursework. And for the thesis track, you get 6 credits off and you'll take 24 credits worth of coursework. And for me, I'll be doing my project on shoulder dystocia, which is an obstetric emergency where the neonate's shoulders, as Dr. Singh described, is impacted behind the pelvis, maternal pelvis. And my project specifically focuses on modeling these scenarios. And by modeling these scenarios, we're better able to understand the strain that happens on the brachial plexus nerve of the baby. And hopefully by modeling these different birthing maneuvers, we'll be able to translate these findings into tools that will be able to teach clinicians how to improve delivery in the future. So.
That's great. So this will be implemented into practice, hopefully, and really
hopefully.
change some. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, why did you decide to apply for this program in the first place?
Yeah, so initially I wasn't looking into staying at Temple for my master's. I was looking into moving to Boston or New York. However, I heard Dr. Singh speak at a bioengineering seminar, and I just loved her research, and I just wanted to reach out to her and see if it was possible for me to join her lab and kind of see where it went. So yeah, this was about a year ago now, and I was able to work in her lab last year, and I just learned a lot of different skills, and I talked to her about what I was interested in, and in the fall, we were able to discuss a possible project that I could take on if I decided to pursue my master's here. And yeah, now I'm graduating in a few weeks, and I'll be staying here until next year, and I'll be working on my thesis for the next year. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Cool. So you get to stay at Temple and graduate your master's earlier than you would have, right?
Yeah, so typically like master's programs are about 2 years. So if I went somewhere else, I would be graduating in 2026 with my master's. But since I'm here and I've taken some graduate courses already, I'm able to graduate in 2025 with my master's. So yeah.
So I guess, you're already telling me about these really cool opportunities that you've been having in the lab, but I don't know, tell me more about them. What's the benefits of working in Dr. Singh's research lab?
Yeah, so working in Dr. Singh's research lab, it's a big project and there's a lot of different lenses that we're working on observing the issue through. So last summer I worked on building different skills. So one of them was learning MATLAB and seeing how using MATLAB can be applied to analyze strain in the nerve by analyzing videos, and you're doing object tracking, which is really cool. And I was also able to work in kind of the histology aspect by sectioning tissue samples using a cryostat, which is also called cryosectioning, which is the technique. And I was very interested in modeling after learning all of this, and that's the skill that I'm focused on right now, and I'm currently constantly learning, and it's been a really great learning experience because as an undergrad, you learn a lot about computer-aided design and modeling, but you don't really see or at least for bioengineers, how that can be applied in our specific field. So right now, seeing how that can be used has been a really fun and rewarding experience, especially thinking about in the long run how these findings will be translated in the future to impact the lives of a lot of babies and mothers.
That's awesome. So I want to talk to our other undergraduate student in the room, Dario. So tell me, what's your role in the lab?
So in the lab, my primary role revolves around analyzing electrophysical data obtained from experiments that are from Dr. Anita and another student, Drexel. Basically investigating the responses of brachial plexus nerves. Analyze the data in 4 different stages: the before, after, 1 hour, and 3 hours after. So the before and after are the responses of the nerves to the stretching, and the 1 hour and 3 hours, they are the recovery phases of the nerve.
Okay, cool. So are you a junior, a senior?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, you're a sophomore.
Yeah, I'm a
So
sophomore.
how did you get involved in a research lab so early?
So last year I was a mechanical engineer, and but I switched to bioengineering my third semester because I was like medicine. I wanted to be involved in research, so I reached out to different professors, and one professor he was like, "Oh, I don't have space in my lab," but he recommended me to Dr. Anita. That's when I reached out to her, and she gave me the opportunity.
Great, and I guess you're having a good time in the lab, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So why did you decide you wanted to be involved in research in the first place?
The main reason for me to get involved into research was basically for me to gain relevant experience to go into the workforce. So like get an internship, it will be easier for me because engineers will need a lot of experience. But not only that, I also want to like learn stuff that I wouldn't necessarily learn in class that I can apply to the workforce.
Yeah, because I was even going to ask you, like, how has working in a research lab informed your plans after graduation?
Yeah, so I still want to go direct into the industry. It hasn't really changed much, but it has like taught me a lot of stuff, like working with people, working close with people, but also analyzing data, like gaining that relevant experience that I wouldn't necessarily learn in class.
And for the next 2 years you're at Temple, are you going to keep working in the lab?
Yeah, probably. I hope Dr. Anita gives me. But yeah, if she gives me, then I'll be working in the lab.
Anything you hope to accomplish while you're there?
I hope to gain more experience, learn more stuff, meet more people, just keep going.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, cool. I mean, and then we have two more students, and you guys aren't undergrads. So let's talk to our other PhD student in the room, Gautam. Tell me, what's your thesis in?
So my current thesis, which I'll be doing under Dr. Singh, would be investigating neonatal brachial plexus palsy. And as Dr. Singh explained, that over a prolonged delivery, which is usually over 60 seconds, there is an overextended neck which is stuck behind pelvis. So in this particular cases, we have to study the mechanical forces which are being exerted on the baby, and it's neonatal brachial plexus. So my project correlates to what is the duration of this delivery and what is the amount of overextended neck which is happening, and what are the mechanical forces which are happening onto the brachial plexus, as well as to determining how to diagnose this particular case. Like I'll be looking at the biomarkers which will be expressed in the body fluids of the neonate, and I am going to study the expression pattern of these biomarkers to detect if our baby has neonatal brachial plexus, to tell the doctors that how can we intervene as earliest as possible so that we can prepare therapy for our baby.
Okay, that's really cool. So obviously I'm seeing everything's tying in together, but you all have unique roles, which is really cool. So what made you choose Temple slash, this specific PhD program?
So I'll start from the beginning. Like I did my bachelor's in biotech, which is a completely different field, but which is right now tying into my PhD. And I did my master's in clinical engineering, which was more about learning about developing medical devices and interacting with clinicians to develop solutions for the hospitals, and of course making clinical therapy. So I was looking for a place where I could do translational research, where I can use both my undergrad experience and my postgrad experience, and thus I found Dr. Singh, where I could do a translational research in a way that I can perform biotech, I can perform a little bit of making a clinical therapy, devising it, interacting with clinicians regularly, and to eventually come here to US, since I'm from India. So I'm coming to a new country, I'm getting new opportunities, and thus I decided that I wanted to be with Dr. Singh.
That's awesome. You seem like a great mentor, I gotta say. So, you are, I guess, one of the older students in the lab. Does that lead to any sort of leadership role in the lab?
Yes, it is. Right now, I have the privilege to be the first PhD student of Dr. Singh here at Temple. But yeah, currently I'm still settling in the lab, but I usually am the go-to person for Dr. Singh. If she has to, say this works needs to be done in the lab, I am the person who has the responsibility of doing it, as well as like I have the opportunity to learn more from Dr. Singh and like eventually like guide more undergrads who will be coming into her lab.
Yeah, no, I was just about to ask. So you kind of have a mentorship role too, right, towards the undergrad students. How does that play out? What kind of relationships have formed?
Yeah, so we do have multiple undergrad students as you listen to them,
Mhm.
and Dr. Singh usually tries to help them, and then they come to me for if they need some troubleshooting in their experiments or whatever they are doing, and I try my best to do that, you know. And I have been myself an undergrad student. As a student, I have grown up as well, and there were a lot of patient PhD students who were dealing with me as well at that point of time. So I just try to replicate the same support that I can give to other students as well when they are growing up in their research career in our lab.
I want to talk a little bit more about you. What are your plans after earning your PhD?
So currently I'm more focused on my research, but yeah, after finishing up my PhD, which is still far away, I am going to do more research. That's the whole goal of my life, and I would like to contribute something to the society. That is why I'm more into research. Like this is the way I can more contribute to the society rather than other fields. Is my personal opinion, and it can be both industry and academia. I love to teach people as well, so it might as well be academia, but I would just do what I love to do the most, that is research.
I'm sure the research will lead to some really cool outcomes. That's really awesome. So, I guess let's turn to our last student in the room, Vaishakhi, our research scholar. In the first place, like, what is a research scholar? What does that mean? What are you doing?
Okay, if I talk about research scholar means they are engaged in advanced academic research. I mean, within any university or any research institution. The primary focus of any research scholar is on conducting research independently or under any advisor, supervisor. Parallelly, they publish papers, attend conferences, and contribute to the advancement of knowledge in their field. Yes.
Cool. So, I guess specifically in the lab, what's your role?
Specifically, as Dr. Singh explained, that the Dr. Singh is doing the research on neonatal brachial plexus palsy. So I have experience about all the biomarker studies, and yes, I am here to establish a protocol for investigating injury biomarkers in blood serum and cerebral spinal fluid post-stretch injury in neonatal brachial plexus.
What led you to this sort of research?
I did my post graduation also in biochemistry. So biochemistry is my core subject, and yes, I like it very much. And my biochemistry is a subject where I mean research is going very rapidly. I mean this is the core subject you can say. So as a biochemist, I mean I want to be a biochemist. I want to be a scientist. Like I want to do something which I can do in my core area of my interest. That's why I am here.
And is that part of why you chose specifically Temple too, or what was the draw about Dr. Singh and Temple?
Yes, I mean, Dr. Singh's research aligns closely with my interest, which is biomarker studies, and I can say I am expert on this field. A little bit, I have experience, and I got the opportunity to work with her on this interesting project as an excellent visiting scholar. Other than that, Temple University is a renowned university and with well-equipped research facilities and impactful research. I wanted to immerse myself in the academic and cultural environment of other institutions and surrounding communities, attending seminars, conferences, workshops, as well as local culture. I mean, exploring the local culture, traditions, etc. So this is all. I mean, also a factor that in stepping out of my comfort zone, adapting a new area, new academic and cultural environment. So this is also a factor. So there are many factors such as diversity, collaborative spirit, and supportive faculty. All have influenced me to take my decision. Yes.
Okay, so I guess I want to address all of you guys. I mean, specifically the students. What's it like working together? What's the environment within the lab?
I mean, I guess I'll start first. I don't really work like in the lab with other people. So like my work, I do it by myself, so I don't really see other people. But when I do, it's mainly like Dr. Anita or another student that I'm working close with. But I like it. I like collaborating. I like seeing like how these things come together and how we're like hopefully helping people. I just like that. I like helping people.
Yes, so I do work with Dr. Singh regularly while conducting our experiments with piglet model. So that is a highly collaborative space where me, Dr. Singh, other PhD students are working, and we do perform a level of surgery on a piglet, and that is where we need to be more careful, we need to be more patient, and we need to be more understanding with each other. And that is where I think I have learned my spirit with Dr. Singh, that we have to be more collaborative, we have to be more working together with each other. And that is where I feel like my collaboration has been more, that we can cooperate with each other so much in such a space.
Yes, as Gautam said that this is a very exciting thing that I have learned all these things from Dr. Singh and other students, as I am new here, but still I am very much comfortable by doing my work in this lab. And yes, this is, I can say, a best lab.
Seems like you create the perfect environment for really, I mean, everything you're saying, it seems like you all kind of actually want to make a difference within the medical field or within bioengineering. So yeah, this is really great. I guess I'll turn back to Dr. Singh. I want to ask you, what's your philosophy for running your lab?
Very simple. I really believe in hands-on training. I believe in creating a conducive environment for students where they can ask questions even if they are the simplest of the questions. I also believe that they should teach each other what they learn, because teaching is the best form of learning. So I strongly believe the students that you're hearing here are motivated by that environment. They don't feel any intimidation when they're asking questions, which really brings in clarity in the task that they do. So if I really have to put it in a nutshell, I strongly believe in power of my students. And if I nurture them well, the outcome will be fruitful.
And it seems that outcome is very fruitful.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is that hand thing that you brought with you? Tell me about it.
It's funny you call it a hand thing, because I called it a fork the first time we 3D printed it. But you're actually looking at a human-sized brachial plexus that originates from C5 and NSAT T1. So this innovation here innovates our arms, and it's located right here in the baby's neck. Again, this is adult human size, but this is how it would go in our body, if I have to put it on myself. It's very hard for people to envision the plexus. The word plexus is a complex nervous system or a structure in our body. So when I show them this and I explain them the possibilities or the complications with studying this structure, it becomes more evident. You can have a failure right here near the spinal cord. You can have a mid-length rupture. You can have a rupture at the end. Each of these locations comes with different complications. More so, it comes with different interventional strategies that a clinician could do or would do. So our job in our lab is really to shed more light on the mechanism of injury and how the treatment intervention will be driven once that's understood in detail.
And I guess having those printed models, is that really helpful?
Yes, so I just had an admitted students day, and I was talking to all the students about brachial plexus structure, and I could tell they had no idea what I was talking about by the stare on their face. And the minute I took out this model and handed them and had them put it against their neck, they got it. We also have a lot of computational simulation models that I run on a computer for our students who are new to it. And they get the clear picture of what the structure is all about and how the strains, which we call the stretch value on the tissue, changes as the neck is in different position. So this absolutely is my tool to make them understand what I'm working on.
Yeah, I gotta say, I had no idea what that looked like until you showed me. So I know why you got into this research specifically, but tell me, why academia?
So that's a very good question, Sarah, because I have tasted industry as well. And I can't emphasize how much I love being in an academic setting. My driving force to staying in this occupation that I have is students. And I do want to point out, I've been at various institutions and I've chosen institutions where I've been able to connect with students closely. So that's one of the reasons why I came to Temple. Students here are very self-motivated. You heard Dario, you heard Gautam, you heard Baisakhi, and there was Rania with us. 2 of these 4 students walked in my lab. Walked in my office, in my lab, and they said, we want to work with you. I've never had a problem with recruiting students because these students come to me, I don't go to them. So that's the true reason why I loved academia, the freedom of doing research, answering the questions that could translate easily. With no constraints to say, industry offers some constraints. And the last and the best part being around students, the brightest brain who would make our future.
And I think you kind of leading them to that future seems really impactful from what everyone's been saying.
It's very
today.
rewarding. I can't put it in words. It's really rewarding.
What do you hope to see of them in the future when they, I guess, graduate from your lab and move on?
So I would see that one of them get a Nobel Prize. That about, I think I really can see them grow from the year they come to me. In a few years, they are ready for the real world. I'd be surprised if I don't get a call from them and say, Dr. Singh, thanks to Temple for everything. Thanks to your lab for everything. And really, they have accomplished what they wanted in their academic career goals. That's really what I hope to see.
And I'm sure you'll see it. And don't forget me if someone wins a Nobel Prize, okay?
We should get the autographs now, Sarah.
I should. I guess one of our last question is, what impact do you hope your research within the lab is going to have?
Right. That's a very important question, Sarah. The best part for my research is I was asked by clinicians to do it. My drive comes from a need. What I'm really hoping that through these various experimental and computational studies that we are engaged in, we can offer truly translational clinical tools that would not only help prevent the brachial plexus injury in newborn, but also offer diagnostic tools that will let us know what is the severity of this injury, which will guide the care for neonates. This is a very understudied area. There are only 4 labs around that does it, and we are one of the unique labs that studies it in large animal model. So I think the traction is quite strong for us to make an impact. And we have a very strong team of investigators. We work directly with clinicians, OBGYNs, and neuroscientists. One of them is right here at Shriners. And we have neuroscientists on our team. We also have engineers, more than me. And together, I think we have a very strong team to make a strong translational impact. But we also have a very diverse, inclusive, and interdisciplinary student team that's working towards the goal. So I think we have a very good combination here.
That's amazing. I mean, it's so great to see like what you're working on at Temple is going to be applied to help people. I don't know, I guess around the world eventually, right? So
Yes.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess. Have you seen your impact come to life at all yet?
For some part of it, yes. We have already informed the community about strains that it takes to rupture this tissue in various scenarios. We have also offered them how clinical maneuvers affect the brachial plexus in terms of strains. So we have already established some groundwork to further our investigation to secondary complications that accompany it. Hypoxia is one of them. Babies are often hypoxic. Pre-stretch that Gautam mentioned, how that affects the property of the tissue. And the computational tool we are translating all our experimental findings into a computational model, which is really what clinicians want to look at. A nerve itself means nothing to them. When you put it in the neck of a baby and simulate it to the scenarios that they observe in clinic is when they get a true sense of what to do and what not to do. So yes, we have laid the foundation and the groundwork, and we are just making progress towards what else needs to be known.
I'm excited to see the rest of your research
Thank
be
you.
applied. Well, thanks to everyone for sharing all of your incredible research. It's been an honor to get to know you and what you're doing.
Thank you, Sarah, for this wonderful opportunity as well.
Thanks for joining us on I'll Speak, Engineers Behind the Scene. Be sure to tune in next time.